Welcome back to RichTech. Today we are going to resolve a common problem amongst these magsafe chargers. Here we have a magsafe 2 60 watt power adapter, and the problem is with the connector. I'm going to show you that in a moment, but at first sight this charger looks new and clean and complete. Let's see if it works. Now we'll connect it to a power source and to our MacBook here. So here is our power supply. First of all, if you hear that pop sound when you're connecting the power to the adapter, it shows that this adapter has input. What we want to test now is if it has output. And straight away we see that this connector is not powering up. There is no light there, so it seems this is not working. Now the problem which this adapter has is very common. I'm going to show you, and I was hesitant to connect it to the MacBook and to power. Now the problem is right here, the connector. The pins in the connector here appear to be good at first sight, but if I put the camera at an angle, you'll notice that the first one, the middle and the last one, the last pins are well protruded out of the connector, but the middle two are sunken. If we focus on this connector, you'll notice that this pin right here is sunken and it appears burnt, and this second one also appears burnt and sunken, and that is well shown when you take again this image at an angle. You see the second and the fourth pins are sunken. They also appear dull. This is a problem which is common to magsafe connectors, both magsafe 1 and magsafe 2. These two pins are positive pins that bring out the voltage or the power to the MacBook, and they tend to heat up, and because they are surrounded by a plastic material right there, this white thing is a plastic material, the plastic melts, and because this connector is pressed tightly against the charging port of the MacBook, this pin will be sunken while it is connected to the MacBook, and because of the heat, when the plastic melts, these two pins will remain sunken. When the connector is disconnected from the MacBook, these pins remain sunken like this. Therefore, some people may discard this whole charger as not working because the connector is not working, but it's just because these pins are sunken and they can no longer contact the charging port of the MacBook. And therefore, today we want to see how we can resolve this issue and make this charger work again. For this repair, we'll need a pin and a blade. A surgical blade will be best because we want to cut off the pieces of plastic which have held down the connector pins. So a surgical blade will be best, but we'll try our best with these two. Now with the pin, I'll move across the top of this pin of the connector and remove any plastic which may have covered the pin. We do this gently so that do not damage the rest of the plastic, the white plastic. If you have a brush, toothbrush that is, you can clean off all the material that you're removing there. At the same time, while removing and clearing the plastic around the connector pin, you can push the pin inward to see if it has regained its movement, up and down movement, and how far it can come out. Now this pin is okay, this connector pin is okay. You can see it has come out nicely compared to this other one, which is still sunken in the dark. This one has come out well, even though it hasn't come out completely. So we are going to continue removing some material around the pin here. Now with just a little scraping and cleaning, this pin appears to be out most of the way. So I'll test this again with the MacBook before I work on this other one and see if there's any difference. Let's see this. Make sure you don't deform it. And all around the pin. Next, you can use the pin too. The aim here is to make this pin move in and out of the connector smoothly. So while you are doing that, we also test if the pins are working, is moving up and down. This one has started to move in and out. I don't know if you can see that. We can put a sideways view so that you can see the pin is now moving while it was initially stuck. Now we can connect this back to the power source and see if the charger works. Power. It's a good sign. That's a good sign. So that's how you repair your connectors. If they are fold up, if the pins are burnt and stuck inside the connector, or if your pins look like that. As you can see, this is an easy fix, and anybody can do this at home. Only be careful not to clean the connectors while the adapter is connected to the power, and also do not damage the plastic surrounding the pins so as to maintain their integrity. So that's how you repair your MagSafe adapter pins, that is the connector pins. If they are stuck inside the connector and your connector is not working. And avoid overheating this place. Once your MacBook is fully charged, remove the connector from the MacBook until your MacBook drains its battery power to around 15%. Then you can connect back to your charger and charge up to around 90% to 95%. That way your battery will last longer, and two, your connector will not overheat. This mainly overheats when you are working and also connected to electric power. And also avoid connecting this loosely, because if you connect it loosely, that's another thing which makes it to heat up. Also make sure that when you are charging your MacBook, the place where the connector is connecting to the MacBook is clean and all those points of contact are clean. Make sure there is nothing inside here which will make this connector to stick at an angle. That also causes this heating to occur and the pins to get stuck inside the connector. Also, make sure you clean this port from time to time in the MacBook. You can use a clean, simple toothbrush. Make sure you go through all the edges, because this point is magnetic. It tends to attract some magnetic materials. So clean it and make sure there is nothing inside there before you connect your connector. And if you do such, you will have a nice working MagSafe charger together with a good MacBook, and there will be no overheating at that point. Now, if you like this content, kindly consider subscribing, liking and sharing. I do appreciate for your time. Also watch the other videos in the channel. Thanks once again.